Dear students, welcome to the lecture on Chemistry in Daily Life. In this lecture, we shall discuss about pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceutical chemistry is the study of drugs and it involves drug development. This includes the discovery of drugs, the drug delivery, absorption of drugs in the body, metabolism, and so on. What is a pharmaceutical drug? A chemical substance used in the treatment, cure, prevention, or diagnosis of disease, or used to enhance the physical and mental well being is called a pharmaceutical drug or a medicine. A drug is a chemical which has normally molecular mass lying between 100 to 500 atomic units. A drug, when absorbed by the body of a living organism, interacts with the macromolecular targets and produces a biological response. And when the biological response of a drug is healing or a beneficial process for the body, it is called a medicine or a pharmaceutical drug. A pharmaceutical drug has a chemical name, generic name, and a trade name. The systematic name for a drug from which a chemist can write the complete structure of the molecule is called the chemical name. And generic name is the generally accepted substitute for the actual chemical name. The trade name or brand name for a drug is the manufacturer's name for it in the medical market. Let us see some examples. The given compound is a drug with a chemical name for acetamidophenol. From this name for acetamidophenol, we can write the structure of the molecule, the complete chemical structure of the molecule. The parent is a phenol molecule with acetamido substitution at fourth position or the para position. The structure is shown here, and the generic name of this compound is paracetamol. That is the substitute name for the chemical name. And in market, it is available under the names Calpol, Dolo, Metazin, etc. These are the trade names of the chemical compound for acetamidophenol with generic name paracetamol. The next example is 2-acetoxybenzoic acid. It is a derivative, ortho-derivative of benzoic acid. And from the chemical name, one can write the structure of the molecule. It has got the generic name aspirin. Aspirin is a substitute name for 2-acetoxybenzoic acid. And in market, this medicine has trade names Aspin, Aspidot, Alpirin, etc. Next is prodrug. A prodrug is a pharmacologically inactive or less active derivative of an active drug species that is specifically designed to undergo transformation within the body by a chemical reaction or enzymatic means to release the active species. Here the structure of aspirin is shown, which is a prodrug of salicylic acid. Salicylic acid is a pain reliever. But the use of salicylic acid can cause gastric irritations and some bleeding due to the presence of the phenolic group. So if this group is masked and the salicylic acid can be converted to an inactive form, which is a prodrug, that is aspirin. So the acetylation of the phenolic group result in 2-acetoxybenzoic acid, that is aspirin. By masking the phenolic group, the absorption of the chemical is improved and the stomach irritation is reduced. And aspirin is converted to salicylic acid after absorption from the gastrointestinal tract. So the actual pain relieving action is for salicylic acid. It is the drug, but it is converted to a prodrug, aspirin, and we consume the medicine in the form of aspirin. This prodrug is converted to the drug within the body. Another example is Prontosil. It is a prodrug of sulfanilamide. Sulfanilamide was the first synthetic antibacterial agent which was found to be active against a wide range of infections. The inactive form of sulfanilamide is Prontosil, which is the prodrug, and it is converted to sulfanilamide by azoreductase enzyme. Next comes different classes of drugs. First one is antipyretics. The drugs that are used to reduce the body temperature is called antipyretics. Examples include paracetamol, phenacetin, etc. Analgesics are drugs that relieve pain. They are classified into non-narcotic analgesics and narcotic analgesics. Non-narcotic analgesics do not produce sleep, unconsciousness, or addiction in the person who uses the drug. Examples include aspirin, ibuprofen, etc. Narcotic drugs are addictive drugs which, when administered in medical doses, relieve pain and produces sleep. In higher doses, these drugs can produce unconsciousness, coma, or even death. Examples include morphine, codeine, etc. Next is antibiotics. These are drugs derived from microorganisms or produced wholly or partially by chemical synthesis. And in low concentration, antibiotics inhibit the growth of microorganisms or can destroy the microorganisms by intervening their metabolic processes. The first antibiotics, penicillin, was invented by Alexander Fleming. Antibiotics can be classified into two categories: bactericidal antibiotics and bacteriostatic antibiotics. Bactericidal antibiotics can kill the microorganisms in the body directly. Example, penicillin, ampicillin, etc. Whereas bacteriostatic antibiotics inhibit the growth of microorganism in the body. Examples include erythromycin, tetracycline, etc. Another classification of antibiotics is broad spectrum antibiotics and narrow spectrum antibiotics. Broad spectrum antibiotics can kill or inhibit a wide range of gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria. Ampicillin and ciprofloxacin are examples. Narrow spectrum antibiotics are effective against either gram-positive or gram-negative bacteria. Examples: penicillin G, bacitracin, etc. The next class of drugs is antacids. The drugs that provide relief from the symptoms of hyperacidity are called antacids. The common ingredients of an antacid are sodium bicarbonate, calcium carbonate, magnesium hydroxide, aluminum hydroxide, etc. Examples include Gelusil, Diovol, Digene, Acigen, and so on. These antacid drugs are used to control the hyperacidity within the body. Around 1970s, it was discovered that the chemical histamine stimulate the secretion of pepsin and hydrochloric acid in the stomach, which causes the hyperacidity. And if the interaction of histamine with the receptors present in the stomach can be controlled, hyperacidity can also be controlled. Such class of antacids include cimetidine, ranitidine, etc. These antihistamines block the release of stomach acid, and hence it can be used for the treatment of stomach or intestinal ulcers. It can relieve ulcer pain and discomfort and the heartburn from acid reflux. Next is antiseptics. The chemicals which are used either to kill or to prevent the growth of microorganisms are called antiseptics. These chemicals are not harmful to the living tissues. Examples include Dettol, boric acid, iodoform, etc. Disinfectants are another class of chemicals which can be used to kill the microorganisms, but disinfectants can harm the living tissues. So it can be applied only on the non-living objects. Whereas it is safe to use antiseptics on living organisms.